Hello everyone, my name is Sean Kornegay and I'm a proud supporter of Justice4Zaus. I've known Zaus for 12 years now. We met when we were both freshmen at North Carolina Central University. He walked up, I was introduced to him by a mutual friend of ours, Sean Williams, and he treated me as if he'd known me my entire life. He was somebody who was very strong, passionate, had his convictions. He was young, he made his mistakes, just like we all do, but he was a man before most of us ever were. He was somebody who actually helped me a lot. I left school in 2003. Zaus was one of the very few people who contacted me, encouraged me, did everything he could to make sure that I knew the importance of, getting back in school. Was also knowing that I wasn't alone in my struggle in terms of trying to get back on the right path. He was also highly influential in my own personal decision to join the United States Army upon graduation in 2008, as Zaus was actually already serving when I met him back in 2001. Most recently, when I came back from service and back from performing some of the jobs I do as a political consultant, I networked with Zaus and came down here to Atlanta to pursue some professional opportunities. He opened his home to me, his family to me. He treated me as if he'd seen me yesterday when it had been a number of years since we'd last seen one another. And unfortunately, on the night in question, May 31st, 2013, I was there. I witnessed the brutal slaying of Zaus at the hands of two police officers, one black, one white. And it's me personally, it's one of those moments in time that I'll never forget. Witnessing somebody who fought for this country to defend the ideals that we all stand for, our differences that we're allowed to have in America. Zaus fought for those. He stood next to men and women who paid that ultimate sacrifice, and he gave his all to make sure that what he believed in, what his family believed in, was secure. Sitting here now, watching him, I've always envisioned him as somebody who would be large, who would have his name somewhere, his face somewhere, but I never would have imagined it would be on account of something like this. This fight is so pivotal for justice because, these incidents happen so often, they're almost taken for granted. We see them on the news, 1 minute clip, 2 minute clip, and then we go to something like a squirrel skiing on water or something like that. It's just a part of our everyday, and that has to change. Gun violence, whether it be through police brutality or from one citizen taking another citizen's life, is something that's avoidable, and Zaus knew that. Zaus was somebody who served as a military policeman. He was somebody who served as a mentor for young youth, throughout in his family and his community as well. He was somebody who served as a mentor for men who were his age and older. There's really no justification for something like this to take place outside of, everything happens for a reason. Those reasons are developing day by day. They're still unfolding right now. And all I know is that this fight, this organization that we're developing in, securing Justice4Zaus, is something that is going to carry his legacy long beyond the years that he would have lived on this planet. So many of the men and women that he stood next to, that he let cry on his shoulder, this is a man right here who knew where he was when he left this planet. He was secure in himself, in his faith, in his progress that he had made and where he was trying to go, and he had ambition. He had a passion for life that is unrivaled by very few. Unrivaled, I should say, by most of the people who walk on this planet every day. For me, this world is a little bit colder without his glow, and I just hope that Zaus can be the end of these happenings, and that people will be willing to stand together as men and women, as regardless of race, color, and creed, to understand how valuable life is overall. Whether it be somebody who's 14 years old in Chicago, or somebody who's overseas in Iraq or Afghanistan. These types of incidents that take place in terms of violence, gun violence, are just unnecessary. So I, Sean Kornegay, I'm a warrior for Justice4Zaus. We're going to continue to push this fight forward until the people responsible for these actions are held accountable for them, whether it be through losing their employment as police officers, through jail time, or whatever capacity the family feels is most necessary to secure justice, then that's what we're going to fight for until we have it.